I started application here. Okay, and now you can see actuator endpoints available. If you want shutdown, we need to call the shutdown hook with the post method. With the post, send it shutdown by message giving, and if you see here, we are getting it. As soon as you triggered it, then it is stopping your downtime. Okay. So if you feel this is sensitive and you don't want to enable it, you can disable this. By default, it is false only. It depends on each module actually. So while discussing JDBC, there we understand that data source is creating. That's a auto configuration. We understand from our configuration we created a bean. Similarly, we assume that there is a configuration bean that is creating auto configuration. Yeah, you can find all such beans here. As and when you include a new module, right? Um, from that module, you understand what are all the default configurations it is done. Default configurations it is providing, and you can find that beans here. Default enable auto configuration is enabled. There will be so many configuration classes are getting created for endpoint and all as we created web application. If we add JDBC dependency with the data source, you can see data source configuration class. In case if you want to exclude them, we can exclude any configuration out of it. If I think they all are mandatory. If you think something is not required, you can exclude them. You can go to your Spring Boot application. Maybe here you can exclude configurations. You can put that exclude configuration class, whichever you want. The defaults if you don't want. So here they given something they given. I'm saying exclude it. When I say exclude it, it is trying to exclude, but that is not mandatory. It is not excluding it. The following classes could not be excluded because they are not auto configuration classes. So strictly it is giving message Spring default means don't exclude, it is saying. So if there are any such, right, within your module, or you have multiple configurations, you want to exclude some configuration class, you can give it here. This class should be a configuration class which is annotated with at the rate configuration. So that will be excluded from picking up creating object. Okay. Now what else endpoints we have? Actuator is having shutdown, but it is a post method. Okay. You can configure, you can call post method via post. If you call, it will shut down. Config properties, environments, loggers, threads dump, metrics, scheduled tasks. If you have any schedulers, let's see them. Configuration properties. Maybe all these are config prefixes, suffixes also given. What are all these predefined configurations? Port numbers, values. It is not showing. I think you need to enable them to see the values. Just it is showing all the properties. Um, yeah. Maybe again you need to see these config properties. You must enable them, I believe, or you need to give prefix of it. Maybe know more about it. Is it down? No. And environments, which will show environment active profiles, environment related processor details and all, launcher, so many metrics. If I use metrics showing disk utility and all, these all are the names, maybe not values. Slash, if you can give this key, I think it may give the result of it. So you just need to understand about each required metric name. If you pass, I think it is given. So this is how you can enable them, and you can use something like actuator. Dev tools are also given for doing live reload of your application. So if you add dev tools dependency, it will support live reloads. Usually when you don't have dev tools right in application, if application is already running, let's say in development time itself, you did some change somewhere in method, some property need to be changed, you changed it. After you change, what usually you do, you go and shut down it and you restart it. Instead, when you do changes, it will do automatic restart trigger and it will restart your application. So which all files need to be allowed to restart? That can be your all your classes and anything from this meta files or resources from static or from your packages or from template folders. Anywhere, any file you trigger a change, when you do a small property change or a small text change, it will do automatically restart. In case if you want to avoid it, You can put exclude. So the restart, if you want to exclude from public static templates, wherever you want to exclude it, you can exclude them. By default, it will pick up all the environments. I tried with one resource here, a simple file, a simple trigger file I have. When I do changes on the trigger file, I want to pick up restart, restart of my application. So application is started. I have this file, text file. Something is started here. Something it is trying to refresh it. A job is started when I do change here. Um, let's say you add one controller here and see will it be triggered automatically or not. So changes are not recognizing. If I, yeah. So basically to restart they given a, a trigger file concept. In case if you do any changes on the trigger file resource, automatically it will recognize the change. Any file, maybe some text file here, abc.txt. If you do some modification on the text file, it will identify your change and it will trigger it. It will take it as a trigger. In Jenkins or in modification to this file, you will do list of modifications in your application. After that, you want to restart it. So when I do change on this trigger file, automatically it will restart. That is what their mention is. But it is not properly recognizing. App bean is created, fine. I'll do change in this app bean. App bean object created. Some change is there, not restarting. In AML file, I'll put some change. It is refreshing the context. It is trying to refresh but not restarting. But by default, when we don't have this trigger file, automatically it will recognize. Why don't I see? Maybe it is refreshing. Public. Not sure. It should restart immediately. Usually, when we do a small text change itself, it will start triggering it. So a change is done. It has to be restarted by this time. Usually it will restart. It should not take this much time. Dev tools is there. On time it should be activated. No additional configuration is required. Nothing. You can try, okay? It will restart as soon as you apply changes. Maybe something, a memory issue or some issue happening with my machine. It is triggering, trying to triggering, but I can't see that here. Usually, when you add dependency of dev tools and you do small change also in your package somewhere in your class, it will immediately restart context. There should be some issue. I need to see. Okay, you can try and see. Okay, what it do, and you can apply this trigger concept also. Do a add a file and from that file also change it will recognize and it will trigger it. Like in to do in case if you want a file to trigger it, otherwise by default any change it will recognize from your the default. By default if you do any small change also it will take it immediately. In case if you don't want to do that many times, restart your application as and when I do change in only one trigger file only. If I want to restart, then you can put this concept, put one restart trigger file. On that restart trigger file only it will restart, and you can exclude all other paths. You can mention all your source paths and static paths, template paths, everything you exclude from restart, so that though if you do change also it will not recognize them. Nothing such. Your source public must be your source. They mentioned it for your public classes, for all your public classes which are, or for all your classes which are there in the source directory. We have templates, statics, resources also we have. Yeah, maybe this is mentioned for your classes only. Okay. And Maven changes also given. In case in Maven if you do some change also. Yeah. Yes. Will it give metrics? You can run and see. Maybe somewhere from configurations or metrics. Hmm, configurations. Which one has shown all the beans? Beans URL, right? Beans conditions, config properties, keep them. Dev tools, dev tools, auto configurations. Nothing. Metrics registry. It is not giving hint here, but you can see this log. If something it is providing. Yeah, I don't see. But that you should aware of it. Which file you are configuring and which is you are modifying. If we do small change also it should restart. Is it because I excluded them? Even properties change also it should take. Restart. Maybe creating fresh application must help. Hmm, PBC. Now it is refreshing. See, X, Y, Z. Save it. Again it is restarting. Correct. Hmm. If, if it is a prototype, but all beans are singleton. Right, right. Correct, correct. Still, yeah. If every user intentionally, if we call, it will become prototype. Correct. Component is not the right place for bean. At the red bean should be part of configuration. If somebody do it, yeah, exactly. If somebody intentionally, if they call hello method, otherwise, if they auto void this bean somewhere and if they use no issues, accidentally or intentionally, if they call this hello method, it will go and execute all the logic again. Huh. But that is not fail proof. Huh? That can fail anytime if somebody make a call. No, 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 no. No. You can put this at the rate bean in all stereotypes: controller, service, repository, configuration, component, at the rate Spring Boot application. The safe places are at the rate Spring Boot application and at the rate configuration only. By default, at the rate Spring Boot application also a configuration. So at the rate beans, you can have here also. Hmm, 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 hmm. executes that method, and it will register that object into IOC. Correct. No harm until unless somebody call that method. But somebody, as it is looking like a method, right? If somebody call it by auto-varying this configuration bean somewhere, I auto-varied our configuration bean somewhere, and I triggered this hello method. App bean. Yeah. Somebody thought that okay, I have this return type, so I need to use this method. So to use this method, I need this bean. So let me auto-wire this bean into my controller and call this hello method. If somebody do that, their intention is they want to get this return. Yes, they will get that return value, they will use it, but they don't know what's happening in the background. In the background, they are making it as prototype. But when if it is apart from configuration, if it is controller or component or repository or service annotations, within that annotations, when you have this bean, obviously it will execute. If somebody auto-wire it and if they call this method. But if it is inside configuration, if they auto-wire this at the rate app bean auto-wire, and if they call hello method, you need not to worry. Though they do explicitly call also, it will not execute this method. Just it will consider that okay, user needs this return value already that is registered. Let me return it. That's where you are safe with configuration. Okay, they can auto-wire it as a bean. As a bean, it is registered. See, if they don't know technically what is bean, they might think that this is the method I need to use by auto-wiring it. If they are in that assumption also, you need not to bother. That is what I'm saying. Otherwise, this being also registered into IOC, you can auto-wire this itself. Why we need to auto-wire app? Not required. This bean itself can be auto-wire. Yeah. Yes, Smita. Hmm. Circuit breakers we will see. Yeah. Historics we have a few examples also. We will see them. Let me note down all the topics. Uh, one thing is security. Um, so with SSO, yeah, yeah, transactions, programmatic, XML approach we have, but we can avoid it. Not required. Annotation and yeah. So histories and all right. Circuit breaker design principle. Yeah, I have example, but I don't go into much discussions. Okay, such when I pick the topics, I have reflex examples. I'll show you. Okay, s- tracing. You're talking about logs or tracing and tracking. Okay, yeah. So we'll see. Sleuth with the digit key. Yeah, I'll tell you. Yeah, distributed tracing. The need is when we have microservices, right? It is important to understand how the flow is going. In case if sometimes, let's say Smita is implementing one application and Praveen implementing one and I am implementing one. And once after we deploy it, let's say if we have a dependency like calling from one service to another service. If somewhere we have a problem, if you want to understand. We have service A, service B, service C. As a user, I requested it. As an end user, I requested it here. Customer made some trigger and it went to A. From A, I have dependency of B. B is having C. C is having D. While execution of this flow, somewhere it failed. If it is a single application, I can trace it. Tracing means identifying the problem, tracking the problem or identifying the problem is simple. If I have all these into one single, unit, but as they are distributed into multiple microservices, I need to understand where this customer request got failed. Let's say this request got failed here in C, or if it is failed in D. Somewhere in D, I have a problem. But who will tells us how we can identify it? For this customer request only, this is happened. How you can recognize it? Is this particular customer failure, or is it happening with all the customers? There is some specific scenario in specific data inputs only we may get exceptions in some cases. So I want to trace it clearly. I want to know when this has happened, why this has happened, for whom it is happened. When you use Jipkin server, right? Jipkin is a centralized server. Jipkin is a centralized server. It's an open source one. You can download and use it. A simple Spring Boot application only, like your actuator dev tools. So you can start this Jipkin server. You can start it like your Eureka, and all your applications are sloth clients, Jipkin sloth clients. Jipkin sloth dependency you need to add there. As soon as you add Jipkin sloth dependency across your services, right? When you start your application, right, all this will be connected with your Jipkin server. All this indirectly they will connected with your Jipkin server. All these services, all your services will be connected with Jipkin service. As soon as a customer request to a first application, it will generate three IDs: parent ID, source ID. Three IDs it will generate: one ID1, ID2, ID3. Here, if it is the first one, it will get a parent ID here. Itself is a parent, A itself is a parent, so A will get one ID. A random IDs it will generate. And as it is not having any childs, as it is not having any parent, itself is a parent. We can see the actual terminology, okay? Later I'll show you. As soon as customer requested here, straight away this application will go and register this customer request into Jipkin server. At what time he requested, what is the ID, one random ID it will generate for him. With that random ID, this customer request, A application got a request from customer, and these are the IDs. It will generate IDs here. Then next from here, the request will go to B. Then B will understand the request is not coming from the customer. B knows that the source for B is A. So B also will record that here. B source is A. So it will keep that IDs here. I am getting request from A. So A services parent ID it will keep here. B also will have a ID, but for B parent ID it will keep A's ID as a parent ID here. So as soon as request go to C, C will record the source and the destination records here. C is getting request from A, or C is getting from B. It will keep that IDs here. And for D case also it is same. So all the services know what is their source, what is their destination. All that will be recorded into Jipkin server. When you log into Jipkin dashboard, When you open, if customer reported there is a problem on so and so time, Jipkin dashboard will show all the request flows. Let's say you have ABCD services. For every customer, these four flows need to be executed. For everybody, it will show green. Whoever gets failure, you can see tracking there in red color. So you can see the problem immediately. If you can expand Jipkin server logs, right, it will show you the problem, where it is taking time, what's happened to it. So easily you can trace it when it is happened, why it is happened. Uh, it's a simple example I can show you. Already we have here um, tricks also applied for it, but I'll show you for sure. Okay. That's the reason I wanted to you people join there. Okay, I want to create all sweet and short examples and show you there. Yeah. Can you spell it? Okay. And correct. Asynchronous. Uh, yeah. When you see MQ, always it is for asynchronous. If it is synchronous, MQ meant. That is default one which we are using. In case if you want, you disable it and you create it like your configuration. Exactly. You can configure it and you can exclude the default one. You can apply excludes is equal to the default data source. So it will not create default data source. So whichever configuration you created, it will create data source. Your data source will be picked up. Okay, MQ we can see, Rabbit MQ also I have, batch we have, distributed tracing we can see, and Hystrix circuit breaker we can see, security with SSO, Gmail. We saw, right? Did we? I think I showed three, four approaches, I believe. Which one? Uh, Validate is to stop creating tables, just to validate the schema against your entity. That you know, right? Create, update, create hyphen drop, and validate. Four we have there. Create will drop and create. Create always when you restart, it will delete table, it will create it freshly. Or else if it is not deleting, it will say table is exist. In case of update, it will do alters. If table is exist, if you introduce new column in your bean, it will add that new column into database table also. At validate, just it will validate it. Your bean properties are mentioned in table or not, it will check. If not available, then it will say mapping is not available. Create hyphen drop. Create will create during application startup. When you call shutdown hook, right? We saw shutdown from actuator and all. When you call shutdown hook, it will delete all the tables. That is for testing purpose. In case during up only all the records need to be there. When I shut down, it's okay to delete them, like your temporary database. For that scenarios, you can use. Create hyphen drop. Yes. Create hyphen drop. You can put and you can try. Yes. No, no, no. You can put in properties file. You see how many corrections your database can provide. That's not with the pool. The limitation with your database. Okay, I'll find that command. But you go through Hibernate videos if you want, right? Go, all the videos are available. Um, Everything from basic, not workshop one. What in workshop we did discuss limited, but if you go to this, hmm, okay, everything. That is fine. For this, right? HBM to DDL also I given a lot of examples. That also you can see. And auto primary key generators you can see. All these are important. Hmm. Yeah, AWS. Yeah, I don't have much cloud, but AWS simple example I can show you. Yeah, I shared the document also. If you guys see AWS docs, I shared with you. Uh, there I given step by step. We will follow that and create. Here we can run our web app with the DB end to end. We can see that I will cover for sure. I will prepare application for workshop end to end with AWS. We will see with the domain also. Last 2 3 hours we will practice it. Yeah, RDS. Yeah. Even I am seeing the problem. I want to see what is the problem. Earlier the console is different. I think they changed configurations and all. Earlier it is very easy. Easily I would be able to create. Correct. But uh hmm, not working. Okay. 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 User should be there. I got it. Okay. Okay. Otherwise, admin we should create if it is admin host. I will check it. Okay. I will see the document if you follow. I think I don't know will it help you or not. I copied step by step what I have done previously. Acha. Uh, Bean life cycles. See, bean with init and destroy 13th session. See here. I explained about init and destroy. An example, something cheese connection example. I have. Yes. September SCP. September. This is the one. Just a minute. Something is missing. Okay. Mm, yeah, I'll share it. Okay. Basically, this is the link, but it is loading the Git page as well. Actually, it should render the HTML one. You can go with 13th video. Okay. And what else do you think we need to cover? I think yeah. From the beginning, we will see the error, right? Hmm? Jipkin distributed tracing. We will cover that. Jipkin with sloth. All these are the Spring Cloud dependencies only, which we have gone through, right? Spring Cloud, Eureka, Cloud Config. Yeah, you ping me, I'll share it with you. Okay. Yeah, I'll share it in the group as well. Yeah, those are the Spring Cloud configuration and the Spring Cloud Eureka, Spring Cloud Gateway we used, right? We discussed it. Those are from Spring Cloud dependencies. That we did anyway. Attend full workshop sessions. There again, that session is going to be, I'm not discussing the Spring module, so just directly a few 1 hour, 1 hour Spring discussion, basic discussions. Then Spring Boot microservices only we discuss all the day. So we go each topic by topic, so you can able to keep the complete context. 2 days, 19th. Yeah. I will be available, but yeah, I'll take these sessions there in case if you feel after workshop also, if you see something you need help, we will connect again also. Okay? Yeah. So officially, no, actually, I created Google Forms only. Rajesh created for few modules. Maybe they will be available. He's the only guy working for the portal and all. Now he is busy. I'll ask him to create that Q&A things also using Google Forms. We are creating. I'll share them so that you can answer and check your uh, thing. And for yeah, question and answers that will be helpful. There I will give the pattern like question and answer pattern only. Yeah, same questions he may copy into document also later. Mm. Mm-hmm. Okay. So is it downloading or showing? It is showing all the threads. Runnable, priority. Okay. So how more you can utilize it? उसके साथ అది కూడా ఉంది కదా. We have this one as well. J profile you can use, and metrics I believe giving you heap dump also giving euros. So heap dump also it is wrong. Mhm. Yeah, put all your questions. Okay, we will see. Thread dump also it is heap dump it is. What I can do with this? Heap dump is downloaded. Okay. Okay. We'll do more analysis on it. Why we need that, how it helps. If we try to explore each and everything is having a lot of. Okay. Sure, sure. But if it is really helping, right? Yeah, we should. Sure, I'll explore. Okay, I'll read it and maybe I make it as. Yeah. Okay. So we will do one application also. One more weekend when we conduct workshop, right? I want to take you uh, Bitbucket, Git and Git strategies, cloning and this one, Maven and Sonar and basic Mockito, and I want to create a small project end to end one project also. We will plan for it as well. Not coming weekend, maybe after a month, after my trip. I'll schedule one more weekend for it. Okay. And meanwhile, if I conduct uh, 9 to 6 morning 9 IST, 6 p.m. IST. Let's join there and see if you would able to handle it. It's okay, or else you can again connect it for regular batch. Okay. Spring Boot microservices. 18th and 19th Spring Boot microservice. Complete Spring Boot and microservice in 16 hours session. Okay. No, you can enjoy. Actually, you went through it, na? You really enjoyed. Yeah, yeah. Just listen about the topic. If you are familiar with it, you can break. You can take break. Eh, I have experience with workshops. Lot of workshops I conducted. Hmm, hmm. Basically, my way of things to put here is I don't want to complicate them. I just want to give a glimpse of it. You need to taste it and you should explore it more. Uh, Uh, yeah, I just want to tell around it, and even I don't go very in depth into it. I can't remember everything. So what I do, I'll just even if, while reading things also, I'll just see why it is for and what is the need of it. That's it. Whenever the need really occurs, then I'll explore more into it. Uh, So wherever in general, right? In general, project creation, where actually we more struggle is during this controller service, DAOs and connections, objects, and this DB CRUD operations. Only we struggle a lot. That's the regular day job we struggle. So that's where I wanted to stress more, because out of 199, people will struggle in that area only. Because all the architecture, everything will be given, skeleton will be given by someone. We go into this CRUD operation area, there we stuck. So I don't want you people stuck there. Of course, once all you all understand with these concepts, at least little bit, your brain teaches you like how to architecture at least. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah. I will put them. Okay. Hmm. Yeah. He- No, no, I'll prepare it. See, that's why I put a person to prepare all this. I'm giving him content and asking it to write. So I have four hands now. I can work on it. See, somebody prepared the documents I have, but I don't want. With the pattern you learned, I want to prepare interview questions so that you could able to answer easily. Oh, good, good. Yeah, that means a lot to me. Yeah. One student reached me yesterday. He came to my home. He started career in 2015. He just fed up with Java and he thought of moving to hometown. He started watching my videos, which are there in YouTube, free videos. Okay, then yeah, he started interest. Uh, yeah, hmm, great, great. So he was saying me, I thought of moving, but after watching your videos, okay, why can't I learn this Java? It is looking easy. Then I started learning. He's saying, he well settled, and yeah, to meet me came. I was telling him that's giving me a lot of blessings from many areas. So many people from across the. Obviously, I am really enjoying it. That's created me more interested to teach and put them into the public domain. Yeah, yeah, correct, correct. I will do this. I'm prepared. I'm working on it actually. One blog creating with all description, images, video, and roadmap also, as you said. A full roadmap of complete Java I need to put. This is where correct, correct. Yes, I will work on it. Yeah. Yeah. So we'll be keep in touch, and I'll update about workshop link. Okay. I'll I'll publish it. If I forget anyone, please ping me. Which you are there, right? Those are public groups. After today, I'll create one more group. I'll invite everyone who paid for the session. There we have demo students also. So I'll create one more group for this regular people. I will put any new upcoming sessions, right? I'll keep update you there. Okay. Yeah, don't hesitate. If you have any questions, anything, you can post me. You have my WhatsApp number and you can call me anytime. Okay, I'll be available. If you want to add any topics, also post me. We will see. But definitely, if not today or if not in workshop, again I'll conduct sessions. I'll take them. Okay, I'm really interested to explore and tell them. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Thank you guys. See you on workshop. Okay. Saturday session. Yeah. Thank you. Thanks. Thanks.